You're talking about magic here, right?
It is magic.
Yeah.
In America, they call me the wizard.
Whereby someone says, what do I want out of this experience of smoking this joint? Why am I doing this? What do I hope to achieve out of it? And once you understand and define those parameters for yourself, then you can then identify what the right ways to maximize the benefits of that experience will be and also reduce the harm.
I'm a criminal, come on.
It's Reefer Madness, the podcast, with Trevor and Kirk.
Kirk, we're back.
Hey, Trevor, how's it going?
Good. So we're talking from actually not that cold of January in Dauphin, Manitoba, Canada, the best place on the planet, as we were just discussing off air. But we are going to go back in time to much warmer Morocco.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit where we were, and then we'll get into the conversation with two interesting gentlemen?
Sure. This is part of Michelle and I going to Spain and Morocco, August, September, and a little bit of October. We moved into Morocco from Spain, and we spent 4.5 weeks in Morocco. The first 3 weeks I was on, quote, unquote, a vacation with friends, so I had very little opportunity to do any Reefer Madness stuff. I was in the Rif area. I was in Chefchaouen, which is one of the best places to go for hashish in Morocco. I was there, but I wasn't with people that participated, and I kind of removed myself from it. We were traveling through the highways, and I could see cannabis growing in the fields. I was there during harvest times. We made contacts with people while I was there, and we made arrangements to talk to people in the cannabis industry. And these two gentlemen are people that we arranged to talk to. I was in Marrakesh. You were in Winnipegosis.
I was in Winnipegosis, so we'll throw out right now, apologies for the sound quality not being the best. The Winnipegosis, they say it's going to improve shortly, but at the moment, Winnipegosis internet is slow at best, so I was turning off the video and stuff to try to get the audio better, but it's between Marrakesh and Winnipegosis and I think Rabat.
Were they in Rabat? I think they were in Casablanca, I think.
You're right. I don't know that, but anyway,
I think they're in Casablanca.
Long round of circuitous thing, and I think Winnipegosis was the weak link. But anyway, so the audio quality isn't the best, but they still had a lot of interesting things to say.
Yeah. Now, real quick, why don't we just go right into the conversation, and we hope again, like Trevor said, the quality's not great. So let's go into the conversation. We'll come out and we'll explain a little bit of what we know about Morocco.
So just before we get into it, the two voices you're going to hear is going to start with Medhi. He's a PR guy. And then the second voice we're going to hear is Dr. Rabii. He's a urologist, a professor, and heavily involved in getting medical cannabis up and going in Morocco.
I believe he was asked by the king to do this. And
that's my understanding as well, yes.
Yeah, and he also mentions talking to Raphael Mechoulen. So he is a well-connected cannabis man internationally and practicing in Morocco. So this fellow's a good contact for us. This guy, he provides some very good information.
I am Mehdi. I am manager of a company which do PR. Which work also with political people, people from sports, football also, artists. And I am the one who represent them in front of the media and some influential people here in Morocco, and also people who come from outside. Regarding cannabis, I start working in this industry 2 years ago with some Dutch people who come in Morocco and who express their interest regarding the cannabis legal markets in our country. With them, I discover this new industry for me. We move a lot. We saw a lot of fields here in the north of Morocco, in the region of Rif. And then I start also to connect them with influent people in this industry in Morocco. And I discover, as I said, this industry from the fields to the final clients, who are the laboratories, especially laboratories in Switzerland and Germany. And now I work
Okay.
also with these people to improve this medical legal market, to be the one who import the first kilos to these laboratories in Europe.
That's excellent. And Mehdi, do we have it right that the first legal medical cannabis crops came off about 4 years ago? Is that when the laws started changing in Morocco?
Unfortunately, this industry launched with very good and very positive intentions in the beginning, because our king created this agency, ANRAC, which is the responsible, the legalizator also of this market. They give thousands of licenses for a lot of farmers, investors, companies, cooperative, also laboratories, big one here in Morocco and Africa, to start. But this ecosystem was not really available to start working in the good way, because there is no connection between the farmers and the laboratories, because I think that it's a problem of mentalities. We have the farmers with the old mentalities, with the old and with the customs, old customs, because the majority of them, as you know, they work in dark market. And the other side, you have the laboratories with the management processes, etc. And the connections between the two sides didn't work. There is some people, and now I want to thanks Dr. Rabii, because he created this association, AMCUC. He's the one who tried to build this strong connection between the farmers and the industrials. And also this association contact very influent person in this industry in all over the world. We have people come from America, in many countries in Europe, etc. But unfortunately, they didn't find the good weather to work. But before 1 week or 2 weeks ago, the situation changed, and now we are working to improve this collaboration between all the actors of this industry in Morocco, with our partners outside Morocco, to relaunch this market, to sell the product with the European conformity, okay, clean product without no contamination, etc., etc. And we are working on it, and I hope that we will arrive to our goals.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I'd be remiss, since you're a PR guy, if I didn't ask. So who's the biggest footballer at in your PR firm? What star might someone have? You said your PR firm also looks after stars and footballers. Who's the biggest footballer that your company represents?
I am not only PR manager of footballer. I am also FIFA agent.
Okay. Oh.
I have my yes. And we are lucky here in Morocco, because the strategy of our king now paid, because I don't know if you saw the new biggest stadium in Rabat. It's a really miracle, because Morocco built it in 14 months, and it will be one of the stadiums of the World Cup that we will organize in Morocco in 2030.
Very cool. You mentioned earlier that the king has made it urgent for the cannabis industry. Can you elaborate on what that means by what is urgent? What is he trying to do with it? What's his goal, the king's goal?
Because one of the goals of our king is to have the same level between cities and the rural world. Okay, for our country is a social challenge because lots of family needs this business to live for their life, the life of the family, and to have incomes also. And the majority of them, they work in the dark market, as I said. And now for them also is an opportunity to integrate this legal market, to have incomes from legal markets, to contribute also in our Moroccan economy. Okay, and cannabis in some regions, especially in the north, in the Rif, is a question of maybe century, more than 100 years. And they can do other things, and they are specialized in cannabis. But now with this legal market, maybe they have to improve their methods and their processes. And I want to speak about the GACP certificate. Now the government do a lot of effort to give free trainings to these farmers to know what is the GACP and to prepare their
That's good.
fruits to be in the norms of the European and international market. Because the problem of Moroccan cannabis, because these people didn't respect the processes, we have contaminated product with metals, plants, etc. We have water, maybe sometimes plants, which is contaminated. But with the new strategy of GACP, is not only to have license, to have this paper. No, is to practice really the recommendation of this good practice of agriculture.
So GSCP, what does that stand for?
GSCP, good agricultural cannabis practice.
Okay. And that's a European standard?
Yes. And the European standard is the summum, the top of the needs. They have a lot of points, a lot of processes. Is very hard to respect, huh? More than the American and the Canadian one also. And when you have the European GACP, you can sell your product in all over the world without any problem. And the association of Dr. Rabii Amkouk, they do training, as I said, for doctors, for also the people who comes from the pharmaceutical industry, and they have also to know this agricultural practice, because when you work in some industry, you have to have all the information about all the supply chain from the fields to the final clients.
Mehdi, and I don't know if you know, but I'll ask, are there pharmaceutical companies in Morocco who are looking to take cannabis and turn them into products? Or is it more to take cannabis and export it to Europe and have companies in Europe process it there?
We have the both case. Okay, we have the one who want to do only the middle product, and we have the other one who want to have the final product, the medicines. Who can they can sell it also in Moroccan, in the Moroccan market. But when you speak now about the pharmaceutical industry, is another war because as you know, they have some products in the market, and when they will start working with the cannabis product, they will kill their own product, and they will lose a lot of money in their investments, as you know. But this is the problem with them. Huh? You have some laboratories who can play the game, but the other one, they manifest some resistance regarding the several and the investment that they did before.
So to clarify for the audience, because we talked off camera, but now that we're on camera, in Morocco, cannabis is legal for medicine, correct?
Yes, yes.
And cannabis is legal for industrial.
Yes, industrial. To be clear, it's for medicines, for cosmetics products, and food supplement products also.
Okay, but it's not legal for recreation. Like when people approach me on the streets of Marrakesh and say, I got hash, that's not legal.
It's a project for a future, but for now,
Not
it's
now.
legal, the international. Now I saw Dr. Rabii. He comes. He will join us. نبدأ معاهم.
Hi, Dr. Rabii. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Yes.
We're just going to get you to introduce yourself and then tell us how you became interested in cannabis.
Okay. Yes. I am Professor Rabii. I am a professor in neurology and research, more than 30 years. And this is why I chose cannabis, because I am president for Moroccan Uro-Andrologist Association and also for Regenerative Medicine Association of Morocco. And also when you see cannabis, that's cannabis. I see many patients in my practice, they have prostate cancer, metastatic, or bladder cancer, or kidney cancer with bone. So they have pain. You cannot manage this pain with just morphinic or anything. But when you see that cannabis, you have no side effects, and you can no posology limit. So this is I think why cannot do cannabis medical in Morocco for many diseases, as urology, pain. This is so in 2021, you decide to do this with this association before the agency come, and we work 2 years without agency with the government, and all things it was good because you have many relation with Israel, with the UEC, and you do in 1 year you do many meeting and many you go quickly. But with the agency, when you come agency, they have the objective is not the same. When I talk with the president at this time, I talk with him. I told him for me the medical cannabis is the priority for Morocco. For him it's just cosmetic or some food. So this is not economic. Cannot have a good economic business. So this is why I do convention with the officine in Morocco. We have 4,000 people officine, and also for medical medicine, general medicine, to have education to every 2 months, to give him all the study about the plant. I have Professor Marzouki, is ethnobotanic, to give him what is the plant, and you have some pharmacologists, some physician, some specialty for talking about medical cannabis in each specialty. This is why I want to go fast and to prepare the prescriptor as a medical or as a pharmaceutical to work in cannabis with the good practice. I do my reference is the Green Book. It's the Green Book from Israel. It's the 30th edition. I see this book is good because it's very summary or all about cannabis, since the plant, the ethnobotanic, the indication, and also the side effect and all things. This is I do those. So now the medical, my friend, the colleague, and the student, they know what is plant, what is how can to manage the posology is dependent for each patient and not the same. The follow up. This is why. And I told him which indication is not validated, and you cannot do anything. So this is only medication who can and not it's blocked by by the agency. So they don't. This is a problem. So this is why I talk today. You have no, no. But for me, I am optimist that in these years all things will be changed because 4 years you have done nothing about medical cannabis.
Okay. In your own practice, Dr. Rabii, when you see people using cannabis, are they using like a cannabis oil and orally? Are they inhaling? What have you seen in your practice? What's worked the best?
I prescribed for him to bring the wall from the outside of Morocco because it's why when you see this is not good CBD. They have no traceability. I see no. When I talk to the industry, pharma, I told them, give me the notice. How many CBN, CBG, CB? I don't know. That's CBD. CBD. So and something I am surprised that we see with some melatonin with CBD for sleeping. It's crazy. This is melatonin, And until this example, many examples for that. This is for me. I prescribe for my patient to give outside Morocco the CBD as full spectrum, 3,000 milligram or 2,000 milligram for some have pain of cancer, and the follow-up is very good. You begin slowly and low. This is for cannabis. Go slowly and go low. This is my practice, and you can see what you can do for each patient. For my practice, for some headache, some pain after operation, when you do operation for bladder cystectomy and the big operation for 6 hours, after I give him just wall, and this is, you cannot do morphinic because morphinic give obstruction, ileus, and constipation. So this is, I have some practice for that. And also my colleague did not prescribe for Moroccan wall when you see. You have no when you see that the farmer who do that, it's open area, open. The water is not very good. It's a water from the river or something. So the protection is not good. You have animal, you can go in.
So Dr. Rabii, so we've talked a little bit about patients. What's going on with your organization trying to get more medical cannabis in Morocco? What have you been doing with the government?
Yes, now we work with university faculty. We have my colleague is also in association. Is a professor for research in pharmacology, and you have many. You do now many research from some indication like you are trying for about cannabis and for bladder tumor, and also to test for bladder cancer, because I have met 2 years before Mashulam in Israel. I have a meeting with him and in his house, and he told me about the future is flavonoid for anti-cancer in some bladder cancer, prostate cancer. So you are talking about this way to do that. About also for pain, you do some study in animal now in university.
And we talked with Ahmed Labid about 3 years ago, 2023, and at that point he was saying that was a 2023-ish was when the first legal crop of cannabis was coming off in Morocco. How is the legal medical cannabis system gone since then?
We have no system. I give the government the system like Israel, because I know the system for Israel is very good. You have the director for agency is a pharmaceutical, is an officine. This is I give him. You cannot do medical cannabis. We don't have medical in the agency director, because we talk. You must send the agency for anything, for industry, for complement element, oligo element, or some. But medical cannabis, you must have officine and pharmaceutical to do that. Like Yuval in Israel, I have invited Israel to try him in Morocco. This is minister for cannabis medical, and they have the strategy. Your strategy is the green book, to give education to pharmaceutical and officine. I do that. Though now the strategy is very easy. If you are waiting for the medication, but I told him 4 years before, you must do the good practice. help to a farmer, to give him help and the money to do the good production. For me, when I see with my history and 4 years, and I see many people, I go to Las Vegas in Cannabis, I go to London for medical cannabis. Now I know, I am very directly for you. The industry, the big pharma in Morocco, don't want to have the medical cannabis in Morocco. Like in London. London is a very city because it's a lobby. It's a problem. I am a medical. I want to have good thing for my patient. But the industry, this money. If you give CBD for all disease, you have no. What do you do with paracetamol? And it's the first one who in the world. That I know that the industry. He told you yes, you can do for some disease. Epilepsy, you have no many patient. For relapse for epilepsy. For pain, yes, oncology. But this is one thing I push him to that. But the agents, the industry, you don't do yes. For the government, you can do, you're trying to do. But for me, you can never see the medication for the cannabis. Because London, England, they are a very advanced country, and they cannot do that. The professor told me, Rabii, I have lobby in UK. You cannot have to do some indication for medication cannabis. This is why. And Morocco, he begin, and they don't know that. Maybe when you push him now, you can do that. You can talk the reality to the patient, to the people. But this is why you move with chocolate, with CBD, or drink CBD, or this is crazy. But the patient, you have pain. You have million people with pain. The first cancer in Morocco is prostate cancer for male. So you have metastatic many patients, and so this is indication. And other for women also they have breast. So they have many indication, but the industry don't do that. If I told the industry, give help to farmer, do the indoor or greenhouse. And give him, but he told me you cannot invest do the money for the farmer. We don't close. He can maybe sometime he can go alone. So this is some problem working. But now I begin to see that you have no choice. You can do to answer the question if you want to do medical cannabis or you cannot to do it.
Does
yes.
that patient have to buy their cannabis online and have it shipped to Morocco? Is that how it works?
No, they have many people, his family to travel to France, Spain is near, so they come, they give the product. And with CBD, we don't THC, CBD tree. And some people, I know that my colleague is a professor of urology, and his father have cancer prostatic. So 2 years before, you have metastatic. He told him, you can smoke. They give him smoke. And his father is a professor. He know what is a medical. And he told, yes, with morphine, I cannot do anything. But now I smoke because I have no pain. I have good appetite, yeah? And also I sleep. This is what you have no choice. He's a professor. He know all things. But he use Moscontin, morphine. I think this is the reality.
Dr. Rabii was more direct than me regarding the laboratories and the pharmaceutical area.
They will try to do some for psoriasis and some cream. This is crazy. The cannabis is to give wall or something.
So maybe people go to Spain. And
France, yes.
And they come across on the boat and bring the cannabis.
Yes, the product, the wall, and you have no THC, it's CBD. Because they have no choice. They have this family, they have paid, and they cannot found in Morocco. If you tell some, and when you see that the product will be in some, and the officine, they have no technology or respect. When you see the protect the pesticide and some products, some metal, this is a contamination. I know. And they told him before 3 years, you must do in Morocco the lab test, the national lab test. You cannot do the good production without having laboratory, national laboratory, independent of the agency. They can do, if you give him, all the people in Morocco can send his cannabis, his flowers, and you can see if he's respect the production for bacteria, for pesticide, for toxic, for anything. They have no laboratory. How we can manage this? This is a problem.
So, Dr. Rabii, thank you very much. Mehdi, you organized this very well. Thank you, both of you. This was excellent. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for your time also.
Kirk.
Yeah. Before we get into questions,
go ahead.
we should get some statistics about Morocco. Morocco is a constitutional monarchy, right? And not all monarchies give their king or their monarchs power, but countries such as Liechtenstein, Monaco, Morocco, Jordan, Kuwait, Bahrain, their constitutions grant substantial discretion powers to the sovereign. So the sovereign,
the current king of Morocco,
the king of Morocco, has given Dr. Rabii permission to go out and make cannabis and promote cannabis as medicine. Right now in Morocco, cannabis is legal, as I said, for medicinal, cosmetic, and industrial purposes. So medicinal cannabis is out there, but I think it's similar to Spain. I think it has to do with the CBD and not the THC, because most of the stuff that was moved off legally was CBD cannabis, not THC cannabis. However, Morocco is also known for some of the finest hash in the world for a long, long time. So cannabis is very well known, and anybody in the cannabis culture will know Moroccan hash. I mean, I knew about it in the 70s. I saw it when I was in Spain, and I think I talked about not having the ability to have a pipe, so I never got a chance to try it. But in Morocco, I never had a chance. It's not that I didn't have a chance to consume cannabis. I just never did. And I didn't do that because I was traveling with friends that don't participate, and for tourists to do it, it's still rather a stigma. And I didn't get to the Rift Mountains again until after I left my friends. So anyway, so some history about Morocco. You can learn this stuff on Wikipedia if you'd like, but that's just a quick little background. So anyway, sorry, questions about the interview?
No, so just some of the interesting things that came up, and again, sorry about some of the audio quality, but like you said, the King of Morocco is making a big push for medical cannabis, and not surprisingly, trying to support some of the local farmers who have been growing cannabis, like you said, probably for generations. But he's trying to get some everything up to a good level. So one of the words of the day is GACP, the Good Agricultural Cannabis Practice. So if the farmers are growing it at that level, then you can export it to Europe and around the world. And the king was offering free training to Moroccan farmers to do that. And yeah, so from the first part with Mehdi, just the real push the king is making to make this a viable industry, especially the medical end. But Dr. Rabii talking about, when his patients are using cannabis oil, it seems to be more often than not imported, like from Europe, where, like you said, some of the best cannabis in the world is grown in the Rift Valley, and it's not
Rift Mountains.
At the moment doesn't see Rift Mountains, and it doesn't seem to be, or not as much used by medical patients in Morocco.
Yeah. It was interesting because we had this conversation when I was in Marrakesh. And so I used that as a little bit of knowledge that I took with us as we traveled, because Michelle and I ended up going to Casablanca. And we went from Casablanca into Fez and got lost in the Fez Medina, which is its own story. And then we made our way back into the Rift Mountains from the south going north to meet up with some people that promised me access to the cosmetic world of cannabis. So I got I got there, and we're going to make this another series, right? So there's going to be another episode in Morocco that we will talk to a gentleman from this company, and currently he wants to be known as anonymous. But he was essentially telling me that it's very difficult right now for the legal cannabis industry to get in because the industry is so entrenched in the black market, and there are so many families making money. And I think they talked about this in the conversation. So many families are making money on the illicit side that it's hard to turn them into the legal side. But I did meet some people, and I spent a day with people who are on the legal side, and I don't want to go any further on this because that's going to be the next episode, how I got into the Rift Mountains.
No,
I met people, but
yeah. No, and I'm looking forward to that, but just a few highlights that I got from Dr. Rabii. He, and you mentioned earlier, I'm jealous, got, a sit-down conversation or two with Dr. Mechoulam, Professor Raphael Mechoulam, the discoverer of THC, legendary figure in the cannabis world, and he was talking to him about flavonoids and how, Mechoulam thought that flavonoids might be the future of treating certain types of cancers. And then, Rabii just talking about it from his clinical experience, as a urologist. So for those of you who don't speak doctor, urologist is working on the pee parts of a guy. And so, there's lots of prostates and other things get involved. So after a surgery from a urologist, you don't want to have constipation and you don't want to have urinary retention. Two things that can happen if you use opioids, morphine-like drugs, as a painkiller after surgery. And he was having great results with using, from the little bit of a language barrier, a little unclear if he was just using cannabis for pain control or using cannabis to reduce the amount of opioids. But regardless, he was getting great results from cannabis pain control post surgery for urinary tract stuff. And the other, back to Dr. Mechoulam, that Dr. Rabii, when he's trying to set up sort of, we'll call it the medical cannabis system in Morocco, wanted to base it off of what was going on in Israel. He said, hey, they've got a great system there, and especially the Israeli Green Book, which was sort of almost a how-to of setting up a medical cannabis system, and with varying degrees of success. That's what Rabii would like to base the Moroccan medical cannabis system off of.
Going back to urology, conversations I had with Ted Smith and the Victoria's Cannabis Buyers Club is they've seen some huge results with cannabinoid suppositories shrinking prostate tumors.
Cool.
So there's some amazing research and results happening with cannabis and cannabinoids that's being ignored. And just, our past episodes with the results that Peter Vermeer's having with his acid form, it remains fascinating subject. I hope we can produce more of these podcasts.
Me too. And, and hopefully you keep traveling the world and finding us some interesting people from far-flung lands who agree to talk to us.
Well, stand by. There's going to be one more story, hopefully maybe two stories, but one more story out of Morocco, and that's when I get back into the Rift Mountains and meet these gentlemen from this cosmetic company. So I'm Kirk Nyquist. I'm the registered nurse.
Yeah, I'm Trevor Schufeld. I'm the pharmacist.
Yeah, and we're Reefer Madness, the podcast. And guys, if you like what we do, tell a friend. If you want to give us a story, pitch one to us. We're always always looking for stories. And thank you very much.
And everyone, please come back and listen to us and more interestingly, Kirk right now and his trips through Morocco. We got at least one more coming up.
Check out the complete library of Reefer Madness episodes at reefermed.ca. And make sure to follow us on all the socials for bonus info on what Trevor and Kirk are up to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do the introduction again.